Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams, welcome to the new year. This is going to be my palettes revisited. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Happy 2025. This is the first video to go live in the new year that I'm filming for you. I'm filming this New Year's Day. My makeup is all done to go meet my family later today. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to do my makeup anyways because I want to film some videos as well. And I'm doing a final video for 2024 because I haven't shown you the eyeshadow palettes yet that I went back to in December. So in case you're not familiar with my content, once a month, I like to come on here and go back to a couple of older palettes that I've used before that aren't new to me, but that I loved enough to think I need to go back to them. And that's exactly the case for these 5 palettes that were all new to me in 2024. So these are going to make an appearance again. Many of these already made an appearance when I film my end of year favorites for you, but I am still going to be ranking all of the eyeshadow palettes I tried in 2024. But I'm very nervous to film that video, but that's gonna come up in the next week or so, and then you can see me rank all of the eyeshadow palettes I tried in the previous year. But I thought we could kick off 2025 with the final 5 eyeshadow palettes I went back to in 2024 and rave about these because these were some of my favorites of the year. So I will be inserting the looks I did with all of these palettes. If you want to see swatches and more looks and close-ups, I'm going to refer you to the different reviews I've done with these. And if any of these are still available, I'll have some links in the description box so you can shop these in case you're interested. First things first, I have my Gal on Jupiter, which is on my lids today. I thought that this could be a really stunning New Year's Day look because this is not only a really good cool tone palette. Oh, I'm almost sticking my nail in there. But it also has some really beautiful sparkly shades. I'm wearing this shade all over the lid with a little bit of this tapped into the middle. Yes, I'm right. This is the one I used as liner and on the bottom lash line, together with a little bit of this, and this is what's in my inner corner. And I set up the crease with this shade right here. And the result is this really nice, sparkly, bright, cool toned look that I love. And because I'm wearing the green sweater today, I decided to go with this berry darker vampire lip that is by Mina. It's one of the newer lipsticks you saw me haul in December. So if you watch my December haul, you will have seen me showing you this lipstick. And this is the first time I'm wearing it. And I think that is a very pretty shade for me. It's a nice, cool toned berry lip. Deep, but not super deep. It's not too much of a clash with my very pale wintry complexion. So first, Gal on Jupiter, I already said it in my end of year favorites, is one of my favorite palettes of the year. It was released at the end of 2023. I didn't get to try it until the start of 2024. So that's why in my brain, it belongs to 2024, but this was such a good one. I really enjoyed playing around with this and just having a grand old time with this yet again. Super sparkly, really nice, intense, and I really enjoy this palette for sure. Can you see anything else that's new? I don't think you can, but I actually got some new earrings these past weeks. So I was like, you know what? In my first video of the year, I'll wear them. These are a belated birthday gift from my parents. We just hadn't gotten around. I said to them, I want some new earrings, and they didn't know what to get me. So I ended up looking online, and then I was able to pick these up in town the other day. And I'm wearing something really old as well. I never wear necklaces anymore. But when I last decluttered my wardrobe, I went through all of my accessories and I decided to give some of my silver jewelry that I've had for years a clean. I don't think I've worn these charms on a silver chain around my neck since I was 12. Like, that's how long I haven't worn them, but this is just a little heart with my initial. Not sure you can see it's really tiny, and a little heart. So I just picked out some charms and put them on some of the chains that I have. And I was like, you know, I need to start wearing some more jewelry again. So nice little bit of a jewelry update for you guys as well for the start of the year. This being my New Year's Day look, this was my Christmas Day look. I decided to use my Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes again. I do think that I have a slight preference for this, the original Ethereal Eyes, over the new Moonlight edition. I reviewed that for you in December, so I can leave that linked in the description box as well. I think there are good companion palettes, so a lot of the shades will be complementary to each other. So I really do enjoy having the Moonlight. It is cooler toned, so the overall color story is much more up my street than this one is. But I think overall, for most people on the planet, this one is a lot better. So that's why I think this is just a little bit better for most people, because it has a more neutral vibe to it. I do feel both palettes are quite neutral, but in the Moonlight Eyes, there are more cool tones, and this is just overall a little bit more neutral leaning, warm toned. Really stunning shimmers. I love the look I did with this again. I tend to always go for the same things though. I tend to use this a lot. I tend to use this one a lot. I use this, and then maybe like that deeper brown to deepen things up. But this is such a beautiful palette. I love the formula of these Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palettes. If you've never tried them, I feel they really are something else in terms of the formula we're getting. These feel so smooth, they blend easily, and the shimmers can be built up to a full-on metallic like I'm wearing on my eyes today, or they can be sheared out and just be worn as a little bit of a sheer sparkle across the lid, yet they're not glittery and they don't have any fallout. I don't know what's in this, but it is one of the best eyeshadow formulas I have ever tried, and that's why I wanted to put it in this video again and try it again towards the end of the year to confirm that indeed this is the same formula as in the other Ethereal Eyes palette that came out later. It's the same formula, same quality, everything is the same. It's just that it's a different preference for color story, and I do enjoy that there is now a cooler tone version. But I've said this many times in 2024, I have been dabbling more so into warm tones again in 2024, because as much as I love a cool tone, like I prefer silver jewelry on myself, I like cooler toned lipsticks, I'm all about the cool tones, but because I have a neutral undertone, I can very easily get away with more neutral and warm toned leaning shades as well. And it's just a side that I haven't really explored in the past couple of years because I was so focused on the cool tones. So 2024 is also the year where I rekindled my love for warm tones. And this isn't fully warm toned, it is more neutral, but I definitely have tried some really, really good warm tone palettes again as well this year that I really enjoyed. But everything that I tried this month was incredibly wintry themed, so very much cool tone heaven, because I also went into the Xenon. If you saw my end of year favorites videos, then you know that this is the palette I was wearing. And in here, again, I have like a favorite look. It involves these two shades here at the bottom. I love playing around with this. And I think, yeah, I also go in with this like darker blue shade just to smoke things out a little bit. And then I really enjoy this icy white shade for like the inner corner. I think it's super pretty. The Xenon isn't my favorite Natasha Denona palette. I bought this together with the I Need a Nude. The I Need a Nude made my end of year favorites list. This one didn't quite. But now that I've used it again, I just know that this is the like Natasha Denona formula that I really know I adore and love. I just think that this color story doesn't really quite come together for me. I'm really not getting a good enough crease shade for me. That's the only reason that is knocking this down for being more of a favorite. But the shimmers in here are so good. I still need to put this together with the I Need a Nude, and now so many of you were commenting on my end of year favorites that I do really need to get I Need a Warm. So maybe in sometime in the next couple of months, I may actually purchase I Need a Warm. I haven't been able to see it in store. That was my condition for getting the I Need a Warm, was to see it in store to see how warm tone it actually is. Because with Natasha Denona's online images, it can sometimes be a little, like, it's not always true to colors. So is it as warm toned as it looks in some pictures, or is it a little bit more neutral leaning? I can't tell. So I wanted to see it in real life. I just haven't been able to find it in store anywhere. So I'm not sure where it's at, where I can find it, because I just haven't been able to find it anywhere. And I did go to stores in the past couple of weeks, months, where they do sell Natasha Denona. It's just that they didn't have that palette yet. At least not in store. It's available to me online. I can get it through French Sephora. So maybe I'm just going to bite the bullet and like get it at some point. I don't know. I'm not fully convinced yet, so let me know what you feel I should do. Then my New Year's Eve look was this. I spent New Year's Eve by myself on the couch. I didn't really feel like going anywhere because my family always has like New Year's drinks on January 1st. So I don't want to do 2 nights back to back anymore. It's just not something I feel comfortable doing, and we have beautiful fireworks in my city, so I went to see that, and I had a lovely time. I filmed some videos, I watched movies, did my nails, which I haven't done in like 6 months because I just haven't had the time. But I do want to film some videos later this week, and I was like, it's nice if my nails can be done for that video. So I was like, this way it's super festive, and with the green sweater and all that, I can keep the festive spirit going. But I did decide to do my makeup as if I was going out for New Year's Eve, because I was like, I want to embrace the full potential of this palette and go for a look that I wouldn't normally wear to work, using shades from this palette. So this is the Cosmic Beauty Winter Wonderland. This is selling out left, right, and center because everybody loves it. It is my favorite blue, green, purple color story that I've tried in years. And I love, if I go for colorful things, it's blue, greens, and purples. Those are my favorite things. And what I ended up doing is that I used this minty green shade in the crease, and then I used this teal to sort of deepen up the look and create more of a smoky eye. I used to always do this like outer V kind of thing with my eyeshadow, and I'm just not in the habit of doing that anymore. So I was like, you know what? I want to go deeper. I want to go smokier. So I used that shade, and then I ended up using this multi-chrome. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's this blue, green, purple shifty thing. I used that all over the lid because I was like, that's going to anchor it for sure. And then I used a little bit of the deep blue shade that is in this palette to create a liner, but then I went over it again with the multi-chrome, because what happens if you layer a multi-chrome over a deeper base, it's going to again look different. So when I was looking at myself in the mirror, it looked like I was wearing 15 shades of eyeshadow on my eyes, and it was just this one. It was just this one, just layered over different mattes. It just had a different effect everywhere, and then a bit of it was on bare skin, so that was very successful. And I think I ended up using this in the inner corner, not something I would normally do as well, and I extended it all the way towards my brow bone. And I think I used a bit of this lavender shade to blend some things out because it did get a little bit patchy at some point, and I wanted there to be a little bit more purple in there. And I think that's pretty much it. What did I do on the lower lash line? I think I did this bright blue on the lower lash line. So blue, green, a bit of purple I used, because I think very often when I try these things out for the first time, I have a tendency to stick to the different color stories that are in this palette. So when I try these things for the first time, I do the all purple look, I do the all green look, I do the all blue look. And I really wanted to mix and match some of the shades in that palette to give it another try, and I felt amazing. I did also pair it with a blue lip that I topped a multi-chrome over. Not sure what my neighbors were thinking when they saw me outside, but hey ho, it was New Year's Eve. I was like, people will just think I'll go to a party after this, you know, which I didn't, but it's fine. You need to live your life the way you want to. And then somewhere in between, I actually did a look with the Crazy in Love Chucky palette from Glamlite. I'm not sure this is still around though, but I love this thing to pieces. This was also in my end of year favorites, as were the Makeup by Mario, the Winter Wonderland, and the Gal on Jupiter. Those were all of my end of year favorites. So that's why I wanted to go back to these, because I was like, you know what? I think these are just going to be some of my best palettes of the year. So let me use them again. And this was so, so stunning. Here again, when I used it the first time, I did a gray look, I did a purple look, I did a red look. This time around, I used some of those shades together. So I actually set up the look using this. This was a shimmer all over the lid. That is so pretty. I used some of these like wine colors for the lower lash line and a bit of a liner accent. And I think I used this deep purple on the lower lash line. And then I used this silver in the inner corner. And it worked really, really well. Great, great palette. I love the quality of this. These are very impactful. And Glamlite, for a indie brand, they're not that expensive, which I think is really good because indie brands can be so expensive nowadays as well. I just wish they would bring this back because this is such an amazing color story. So those were the eyeshadow palettes I wanted to go back to in December. Let me know in a comment down below what you went back to. What are some of your all-time favorites? I would love to know. And I was just so happy that I could confirm for myself that these are indeed some of my favorite palettes I tried in 2024. I'm nervous to count how many I tried, but I think around June time, which was a halfway point through the year, I think I had already tried 50 to 55 of them. And I added more to that towards the end of the year. So my guess is that I tried over 100 eyeshadow palettes in 2024. Other years it was more like 80, 85. So yeah, it's also because I try a lot of little things and I try a lot of K-beauty and C-beauty stuff, which isn't super expensive. And of course I try things from Estes and Catrice all the time as well. So that really adds to the numbers. But they aren't the kind of things that I feel really take up a lot of room or anything. So I try them. So it sounds like a lot, but I also count a quad as a palette. So we'll see how that goes. As I said, this video is going to be up in the next week or so. So you can look forward to my ranking of all of the eyeshadow palettes I tried in 2024 very, very soon. So thank you so very much for joining me here today. Thumbs up this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more by me. I will be back with a new video very, very soon because I make four videos on this channel every single week. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.